So one of the questions I often hear from patients is, what was the enrollment process like to get involved with a clinical trial? Can you tell us a little bit about what you went through to get enrolled in the clinical trial?
Yeah, so my oncologist and I talked about, the trial, the drugs I would be receiving, and then she made an appointment with the clinical trial coordinator with the hospital, and it was a thick stack of paperwork, and it was put together really nicely because I knew, what the possible side effects could be, how long I could stay on this trial, if it was successful. Um, and so for me, having that information to know what the possible side effects are and just discussing it with them, and then having, scans every 2 months made me feel better. So that way we would know sooner rather than later if the trial was working.
When you were going through the enrollment process, was that a multiple day process, or did they do that in one sitting when you were in the office?
They did it in one sitting when I was in the office. We reviewed all the paperwork and I signed the paperwork, and then I got started fairly quickly. There was no, tumor testing involved in this particular trial, so that kind of helped speed up things a little bit. But yeah, it was a very smooth process, I felt, and put together very, very professionally and nicely.
Wonderful. Do you remember how long that process took with that one meeting you were there for?
Just because the extent of the paperwork, I would say I was there for a couple hours. It was my first trial and I had a lot of questions, and so I would say a couple hours of my time that day.